Today we're at Bolsover Castle in Derbyshire.
From its Norman roots to its Jacobean splendour, Bolsover tells a fascinating story of artistic endeavour and architectural innovation.
It's time to go and explore.
In 1068, just 2 years after the Norman conquest, William the Conqueror sought to consolidate his control over the rebellious north. To secure his realm, he commissioned a series of fortifications, including the construction of a castle at Bolsover. During the mid-12th century, England was plunged into a civil war known as the Anarchy, as King Stephen and the Empress Matilda, daughter of Henry I, fought for the throne of England. The castle's owner at the time, William Peveril, was a prominent supporter of King Stephen. But when Matilda's son, Henry, took the throne, he was determined to reduce the power of the unruly barons, and he did so by confiscating the estates of all of those who'd opposed his rise to the throne. And in 1155, Henry II confiscated the Peverils' estates, including Bolsover Castle, and he placed them under royal control.
Now that King Henry owned the castle, he built an impressive stone keep and strengthened the garrison. The castle was eventually given to William de Ferrers, the Earl of Derby, by King John to secure his support in the face of countrywide rebellion from his barons.
But the castellan refused to hand the castle over, so King John gave de Ferrers the go-ahead to take the castle by force. Bolsover eventually fell to de Ferrers after a siege. By the late 1500s, the castle had fallen into disrepair, but it was then that the castle's story took a fascinating turn, thanks to the Cavendish family.
In 1613, Sir Charles Cavendish purchased the now dilapidated castle. He envisioned not just a fortification, but a luxurious residence that would reflect his wealth and status. His son, William Cavendish, Duke of Newcastle, brought this vision to life.
William Cavendish transformed Bolsover into a masterpiece of Jacobean architecture. He built the little castle, a lavish retreat that was designed for leisure and entertainment, and he filled it with tapestries and murals to reflect his passion for the arts.
William Cavendish, by all accounts, was the quintessential dashing cavalier of his day. He was very fond of the ladies, but he was also very passionate about horse riding and training the finest horses in the kingdom, which he did right here in his purpose-built riding house, constructed in the 1630s.
William Cavendish's life was profoundly impacted by the English Civil War. He supported King Charles I, and Bolsover became a stronghold for royalist forces. But in 1644, parliamentarian forces besieged the castle. The war left the castle damaged and William Cavendish in exile. When the monarchy was restored in 1660, Cavendish returned to England and resumed his work on Bolsover Castle. Whilst in exile, Cavendish wrote several works, including treatises on horsemanship, plays and poems. He was a patron of the arts, and his literary and artistic interests influenced his building work here at Bolsover Castle. And whilst the castle never fully recovered its pre-Civil War prominence, Cavendish's efforts helped ensure its preservation.